Have you ever wondered how far you could go if you eliminated the barriers that exist solely in your mind? David J. Schwartz, author of the iconic book The Magic of Thinking Big, which has sold millions of copies worldwide, shows us that the secret to living a fulfilling and successful life lies in the way we think. This work gathers his teachings, presented in a clear and accessible manner, to help you unlock your true potential and transform your reality. Big thinking is not just an ideal, but a practical tool that can change every aspect of your life, your relationships, your career, your well-being. Throughout this journey, you'll discover how to overcome fear, eliminate excuses, and cultivate a winning mindset that allows you to face challenges with confidence and creativity. These ideas are not mere theories, but principles tested by those who dared to dream big and act with determination. Imagine for a moment a life where small goals are replaced by bold dreams, where failures become lessons, and where every action brings you closer to the life you truly desire. This work will provide you not only with inspiration, but also with practical tools to make this possible. Before we begin, let me remind you of something important. Liking, commenting, and sharing this content are powerful ways to support this work. It's your way of helping these ideas reach many more people and allowing me to continue creating and sharing valuable content for free. With a simple gesture, we can inspire positive change in the world together. Now, without further ado, let's dive into the ideas and strategies that will make this transformation a reality in your life. Welcome to a reflection that will transform your perspective on goals and possibilities. Today, I want to talk about something that can completely redefine our lives: the power of thinking big. This isn't just a motivational concept, it's a philosophy that drives real and lasting change. In this work, we will explore together how big thinking not only expands our expectations, but also connects us with a life filled with meaning, achievements, and purpose. Let's reflect on how our environment, beliefs, and ability to dream big impact our reality. Imagine for a moment how your life would look if you allowed yourself to think without limits, barriers, or fears holding you back. First, let's understand something essential. We are all conditioned by the environment around us. From an early age, external voices instill limits disguised as realism. Don't dream too big. Competition is fierce, or success isn't worth the sacrifice are phrases we hear all too often. These ideas not only limit our actions, but also shape our expectations. However, what truly matters is not what others think, but how we choose to think for ourselves. The truth is that big thinking requires courage. It means challenging imposed norms, breaking the mold, and daring to imagine a version of ourselves that doesn't yet exist, but has the potential to become real. This is the starting point for any significant transformation. Ask yourself, am I thinking big enough? Do my goals reflect my true potential or only what I believe is possible within my current circumstances? Big thinking is not just an attitude, it's a philosophy that redefines our actions. When we decide to embrace this concept, something magical happens. We begin to see opportunities where there were only obstacles before. A clear example of this is in the professional world. People who aspire to high-level positions often find there is less competition than they imagined. This isn't because these positions are less desirable, but because many people simply don't dare to think they're capable of reaching them. By thinking big, we remove self-imposed barriers and place ourselves on a path less traveled, but full of possibilities. Why then do so many people settle for an average life? A significant part of the answer lies in the cultural narrative surrounding us. We live in a world that in many ways glorifies conformity. The idea that fate is out of our control has deeply permeated society. This mindset teaches us to passively accept circumstances instead of challenging them. Yet true leaders and visionaries have shown time and again that destiny is not a matter of luck, but of choice. And that choice begins with how we think. Applying big thinking in everyday life. If you want to improve your financial situation, your relationship, or your personal well-being, the first step is to imagine what that ideal life would look like. Don't limit yourself to small adjustments. Dream big. a home that inspires peace, a job that fuels your passion, or vibrant health are not unreachable goals, but reflections of boundless thinking. The key is to act as if these things are not only possible, but inevitable. Big thinking also has a direct impact on our happiness and satisfaction. When we limit our goals, we also limit our potential for joy. Dreaming big allows us to experience the thrill of pursuing something meaningful. This enthusiasm not only propels us forward, but also inspires those around us. It's a ripple effect. When one person dares to think big, others find the courage to do so as well. Consider this idea. Real competition isn't at the highest levels, but at the lowest. Average positions, average goals, and average lives are saturated with people who don't dare to aspire for more. But at the higher levels, where big thinking is the norm, there's plenty of room for those brave enough to take the leap. This doesn't mean the path is easy, but it's undoubtedly worth it. Big thinking also requires a shift in mindset about success. Many people believe that reaching the top means sacrificing everything: family, values, health. But this isn't true. Success, when built on a foundation of big thinking, pays dividends instead of demanding sacrifices. Each step forward brings rewards that enrich our lives in every way. Philosophers, writers, and leaders have shown that our ideas shape our reality. From Emerson's words that thoughts rule the world to Shakespeare's declaration that there is nothing either good or bad but thinking makes it so, we find constant evidence that big thinking is the key to transforming our lives. Taking action. Today I invite you to take action. Start with a simple question. What could I achieve if I removed all limits from my mind? Let this question be the catalyst for profound change. Write down your dreams, no matter how ambitious they seem, and believe in them with all your being. Make plans, make decisions, and take steps forward with the conviction that big thinking is not just a concept, but a powerful tool that can change your life. The magic of big thinking is available to all who choose to embrace it, and when you do, you'll find that you not only live a bigger life in achievements, but also in happiness, meaning, and connection. After all, life is far too short to be small. Big thinking, more than a technique, a life-changing perspective. Big thinking is more than just a technique. It's a way of approaching life with a perspective that transforms the ordinary into the extraordinary. On this journey we're about to embark on together, we'll not only explore why big thinking is crucial, but also how to apply it practically to achieve the success, happiness, and personal fulfillment we all desire. Each chapter of this journey is designed to present you with proven tools and concrete strategies that will change the way you see your goals and potential. This isn't just about dreaming, it's about turning those dreams into reality. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Success is not reserved for the smartest or the luckiest, but for those who dare to think big. Believe to achieve. Believing in yourself is the first step toward any meaningful accomplishment. While it may sound simple, this belief is the foundation of all successful action. When you believe you can achieve something, your mind begins working to make it possible. This attitude not only motivates you, but also gives you the courage to overcome the challenges that will inevitably arise. Eliminating the power of negativity. Doubt and skepticism are enemies we all face. The key lies in recognizing their presence and learning to reprogram your mind to focus on the positive. Every negative thought is an opportunity to reinforce your determination. Imagine how your life would look if, every time a doubt appeared, you replaced it with an affirmation of your abilities and potential. The art of acting with confidence. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, and this construction starts with action. When you act confidently, your mind begins to accept it as truth. This positive cycle generates even more confidence, which in turn drives you further toward your goals. Thinking big doesn't mean ignoring the details or being unrealistic. It means visualizing possibilities others might overlook, and then acting to turn those possibilities into reality. It's a mindset shift that allows you to see challenges as opportunities and limitations as temporary. To develop this mindset, start by asking yourself simple yet profound questions. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? What could I achieve if I had no fear? The impact of your environment. Your environment influences you more than you might admit. Surrounding yourself with people who also think big can make a huge difference. Seek positive influences, inspiring books, mentors who challenge you, and spaces that foster creativity and action. Turning setbacks into lessons. Setbacks are inevitable, but they're also opportunities to learn and grow. Instead of seeing them as failures, consider them as stepping stones toward something better. The magic of big thinking isn't about avoiding problems, but about facing them with a perspective that allows you to overcome them and emerge stronger. Thinking big is meaningless if it doesn't translate into action. Action is the bridge between your dreams and your reality. Every small step counts, and every small victory reinforces your confidence to keep moving forward. Make consistent progress toward your goals a part of your daily life. Throughout this journey, you'll learn how to develop a mindset that not only thinks big, but also acts big. Because in the end, the real magic of big thinking lies in its application. And when you apply it, you'll discover there are no real limits, only the ones you decide to break. So let's start this journey together toward a life of extraordinary achievements and limitless possibilities. Believe and you will grow. The power of faith in your own success. Success is an achievable goal for those who believe in their ability to achieve it. This deeply rooted belief is the starting point for transforming anyone's life. Imagine for a moment what you could accomplish if you truly believed you could do it. Success is much more than owning material possessions or gaining social recognition. It's freedom from worries, fears, and frustrations. It's the ability to create a life filled with meaning, to offer more to those who depend on you, and to feel fulfilled by your achievements. But how can you reach that level of success? The answer lies in belief. Believing in yourself triggers a transformative effect on your mind, your actions, and ultimately, your results. This isn't about wishing for success without taking action, but about having unwavering faith that drives you to discover the steps needed to reach your goals. The difference between people who achieve extraordinary things and those who remain in mediocrity isn't talent or intelligence, but mindset. Those who firmly believe they can succeed act accordingly. They observe, learn, and apply what they see in successful people. While others are halted by doubt, they move forward with determination. A clear example is a young entrepreneur who decided to open her own mobile home sales agency. Although she was told she lacked the necessary capital and experience, her belief in herself was her greatest investment. She convinced investors, overcame initial obstacles, and achieved multi-million-dollar sales within a few years. Stories like these aren't accidents. They're the direct result of strong, sustained belief. When you believe something is possible, your mind starts looking for solutions, identifying opportunities, and generating strategies. This faith also inspires confidence in others, attracting support and resources that wouldn't otherwise come your way. Your mind is like a thermostat regulating what you're capable of achieving. If you believe you deserve little, you'll get little. But if you adjust that thermostat toward great goals, you'll find you can achieve extraordinary things. It's not about magic or luck, but about activating the potential already within you. The key is nurturing your winning mindset, that internal guide that produces positive thoughts. When you decide today will be a great day, this mindset finds reasons to make it so. Conversely, if you let your defeated mindset take control, it will construct arguments to justify failure. Small thinking leads to small results. Big goals aren't just more inspiring, they also significantly impact how we act. The history of space exploration, medical breakthroughs, and innovative constructions is driven by the belief that the impossible can become reality. Every great discovery begins with the conviction that it's possible. Scientists working on cures for diseases don't stop at difficulties because they believe they can succeed. Entrepreneurs who change the world don't focus on what they lack, but on what they can create. Self-belief isn't an innate gift, it's a skill that can be developed. Start by changing the thoughts occupying your mind. When faced with a challenge, instead of thinking, "I can't do this," tell yourself, "I'll find a way to achieve it." This simple shift in perspective can transform your results. It's also helpful to surround yourself with positive examples. Look at people who have achieved success in your field and learn from their strategies. Don't put them on a pedestal. Instead of passively admiring them, believe you can match or even surpass them. Finally, set big goals. Small ambitions don't motivate or bring out the best in us. By committing to bold dreams, you force your mind to work harder and identify paths others overlook. Like any skill, belief strengthens with practice. Spend time each day reflecting on your goals and visualizing them as if they were already a reality. Feel the excitement of having achieved them and let that feeling drive your actions. We live in an era full of opportunities. Each day brings new possibilities for innovation, connection, and growth. Yet most people remain stuck in mediocrity because they don't believe they can aspire to more. Don't be part of that majority. Decide today to believe in your ability to achieve everything you desire. Remember, success is available to anyone willing to believe and act accordingly. Your mind is the most powerful laboratory you possess. Use it to observe, learn, and experiment. Adjust your mental thermostat toward great goals and fuel your winning mindset with positive and constructive thoughts. Believe you can achieve it, and you'll find the doors to success begin to open. Believe big, act big, and grow big. The cure for excuses. Take back control of your life. We've discussed the importance of believing in yourself and adjusting your mindset to achieve success. However, there's a silent enemy constantly threatening that process: excuses. This obstacle, often referred to as excusitis, is a mental ailment that paralyzes those who could achieve great things. Excuses are insidious because they present themselves as logical and justified reasons not to act. But in reality, they are barriers that distance us from what we want to achieve. If you want to transform your life, you need to identify these excuses and eradicate them before they become a habit that sabotages your potential. The difference between successful people and those stuck in mediocrity often lies in how they handle challenges. While some make excuses, others find solutions. The key is taking responsibility for your life and letting go of justifications that limit your growth. Identify and eliminate excuses. Excuses manifest in many ways, but the most common revolve around health, intelligence, age, and luck. Here are strategies to confront each of them. Health as an excuse. Health excusitis is one of the most frequent forms. Some people attribute their lack of success to physical problems, whether real or imagined. The truth is that no one has perfect health. Even those with severe conditions have achieved remarkable things because they chose not to let their circumstances define them. The key is to care for your health as much as possible while refusing to let your concerns become excuses. Stephen Hawking, one of the world's most renowned theoretical physicists, was diagnosed with ALS at age 21. Despite the degenerative disease that severely limited his mobility and communication, Hawking continued to develop groundbreaking theories and publish books that inspired millions. His life is a powerful example that health doesn't have to be a barrier to making a significant impact. The myth of intelligence. Another common myth is that success is reserved for geniuses. Nothing could be further from the truth. What truly matters is not how much you know, but how you use what you know. A person with a positive attitude and a willingness to learn can surpass someone with greater intellectual capacity but a negative mindset. The next time you doubt your abilities, remember that persistence and action outweigh innate talent. Henry Ford, for instance, was known for his focus on finding solutions rather than accumulating unnecessary knowledge. His success wasn't about knowing everything, but about knowing how to use information to his advantage. Age as a barrier. "I'm too young" or "I'm too old" are phrases we hear often. But when you stop to think about it, you'll see that age is just another excuse. Age doesn't determine your ability to learn, grow, or change direction. Julia Child, one of the most influential chefs of the 20th century, didn't begin her culinary career until her 50s. After working in various fields, she discovered her passion for cooking and shared it with the world through her books and television programs. Julia's story proves it's never too late to find your purpose and leave a meaningful mark. If you're young, focus on proving your worth through your actions. If you're older, remember that experience is a valuable asset. It's never too late to start anew. Luck as an explanation. "He was lucky," or "I have bad luck," are phrases that reflect a defeatist mentality. Luck is nothing more than the result of preparation and action. Behind every stroke of luck lies hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude. A great example is Sarah Blakely, founder of Spanx. Sarah started her company with just $5,000 and no experience in the textile industry. Her success wasn't due to luck, but to years of persistence, dedication, and overcoming initial rejections. Today, she is one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, proving that luck is created through purposeful work. Build an excuse-free mindset. Eradicating excuses isn't automatic. It requires conscious effort. Start by questioning every justification that comes to mind. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it a way to avoid hard work? Then, replace those limiting thoughts with positive affirmations and concrete actions. Another powerful tool is surrounding yourself with people who challenge excuses and seek solutions. The right company can inspire you to adopt a growth mindset and push yourself to new heights. Learn from their stories and let their achievements drive you to reach your own. The right attitude makes all the difference. How you manage your thoughts is crucial for success. Instead of focusing on what you lack, concentrate on what you can do with what you already have. The story of a salesman who secured a major contract after months of effort illustrates this point perfectly. Some called it luck, but his success resulted from careful preparation and persistent effort. Conversely, those who focus on excuses rarely achieve anything meaningful. Their negative thoughts trap them in a cycle of inaction and frustration. It's time to break that cycle and take control of your life. Your future is in your hands. Excuses are a powerful enemy, but you have the power to defeat them. By identifying and eliminating these mental barriers, you'll open the door to a world of possibilities. The key lies in developing a positive mindset, acting with determination, and surrounding yourself with people who inspire you to be better. Remember, success isn't reserved for a select few. It's available to anyone who chooses to face their excuses and move forward with confidence. Today is the day to make that decision. Vaccinate yourself against excusitis and start building the life you deserve. Break barriers, build confidence, and overcome fear. Continuing with the idea of overcoming the excuses that limit our potential, it is now time to address another major obstacle on the path to success: fear. This silent enemy, capable of halting our steps and eroding our confidence, needs to be faced with determination and clear strategies. Have you ever felt paralyzed by fear? That feeling of insecurity that prevents you from speaking, acting, or making important decisions. We have all been there. But the good news is that fear is not invincible. We can master it and turn it into a catalyst for building unshakable confidence. Fear, in most cases, is psychological. It arises from our poorly managed imagination, from negative thoughts that repeat until they become mental barriers. It is real and, if not confronted, can wreak havoc in our lives. Fear not only blocks opportunities, but also drains our vitality and deprives us of enjoying the achievements we deserve. It is important to recognize that confidence is not something we are born with. Self-assured people are no different from you. They have simply learned to cultivate confidence and manage their fears. This process is within everyone's reach. One of the most valuable lessons in facing fear is understanding that action destroys it. When we postpone decisions or avoid confronting what we fear, the fear strengthens. On the contrary, acting, even in small ways, can break the cycle of inertia and give us the momentum needed to move forward. For example, consider Brian Chesky, co-founder of Airbnb, who faced enormous doubts and criticism when he decided to launch a platform offering shared spaces for travelers. In its early days, he had to sell personalized cereal boxes to finance the business, while investors rejected his idea time and again. However, his decision to continue refining his proposal and act in the face of each obstacle turned Airbnb into one of the most disruptive companies in the tourism sector. Another contemporary case is Amanda Gorman, the young poet who gained worldwide recognition by reciting at the US presidential inauguration. She battled stage fright and a speech impediment during her childhood. Instead of letting these barriers define her, she worked tirelessly to perfect her voice, both literally and figuratively, until she became an inspiring figure globally. The first step to overcoming fear is identifying it. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? It could be fear of rejection, failure, not being good enough, or even success. Once you have defined it, seek specific actions to confront it. For instance, if you fear public speaking, start by practicing in small groups, enroll in a public speaking course, or participate in meetings where you can express your ideas. Each small step you take will bring you closer to conquering that fear. Your mind is like a bank of memories. Every thought you deposit, positive or negative, becomes raw material for your future decisions. If you constantly recall failures or difficult moments, you are likely reinforcing your insecurities. Conversely, by focusing on positive experiences and past achievements, you strengthen your confidence. Consider Oprah Winfrey, who faced a childhood marked by adversity. Instead of clinging to negative memories, she used her experiences to build a narrative of overcoming. Each achievement, no matter how small, became fuel for her confidence and propelled her toward greater successes. Actress Viola Davis is another example. She faced multiple rejections in her career, but relied on her ability to recall her past successes. This led her to become one of the most respected figures in the film industry. Strategies to cultivate confidence. Here are some concrete practices to build and strengthen your confidence. Change your perspective on people. Often, we fear what others may think of us. But remember that, at their core, everyone is similar. We share insecurities, dreams, and struggles. When you understand this, it's easier to overcome the fear of judgment or rejection. A recent example is Brené Brown, author and speaker. Brown admits that she initially feared exposing herself to the public. However, by understanding that her vulnerability resonated with others, she transformed her fear into a strength. Adopt actions that project confidence. Sit at the front in meetings or events. This will make you feel more visible and engaged. Make eye contact. Looking people in the eye conveys security and honesty. Walk with energy and purpose. A firm and determined pace can influence how you feel about yourself. Genuinely smile. A smile can change your mood and diffuse tense situations. Do not underestimate the power of this simple yet effective gesture. Make confidence a habit. Building confidence is not a one-time event. It is a continuous process. Each day offers new opportunities to challenge your fears and reinforce your self-esteem. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, reflect on your daily achievements, and do not fear making mistakes. They are part of learning. The next time you face a challenge, remember this: confidence is built one step at a time. Take action, maintain a positive attitude, and trust that you have everything necessary to succeed. Fear can be powerful, but your ability to overcome it is even more so. By adopting a mindset of action, surrounding yourself with positive thoughts, and practicing concrete strategies, you will be on the path to a more confident and fulfilling life. Remember, confidence is a skill you can develop. Today is the day to take that first step. Do not let fear stop you. Instead, use it as an opportunity to grow and demonstrate what you are capable of. The world is waiting for you to shine. Elevate your thinking. Think big and transform your reality. On our journey toward growth and success, we often encounter a silent yet powerful obstacle: limited thinking. This internal enemy can chain us to small goals, preventing us from reaching our true potential. But what does thinking big really mean, and how can we adopt this transformative mindset? Let's start with a fundamental truth. The quality of our ideas defines the size of our achievements. Thinking big is not a luxury. It's a skill we can develop, beginning with how we interpret our abilities, our opportunities, and the world around us. Imagine that everything you need to reach a higher level of success is already within you. It's not about luck or external circumstances, but about how you choose to think. Thinking big involves a shift in mindset. It's the conscious decision to abandon limiting thoughts and replace them with a positive and ambitious vision. This approach has a direct impact on our actions, which are deeply influenced by the mental images we create through our words and beliefs. When we change how we see ourselves, we also change what we are capable of achieving. One of the main barriers to thinking big is small thinking. This mindset leads us to underestimate ourselves, believe we're not good enough, or think opportunities aren't meant for us. Phrases like, "I can't," or "that's for others," limit our growth. But these barriers are not innate, they're learned. Reflect on this. How many times have you passed up an opportunity because you thought you weren't ready? These types of thoughts are silent enemies that distance you from your true potential. A clear example can be seen in job interviews. Many people with outstanding talents and skills don't dare to apply for a position because they believe they don't meet all the requirements. However, those who think big realize that confidence and a positive attitude can open more doors than a perfect resume. This mindset impacts not only our professional decisions, but also our personal lives, the goals we dare to set, and the dreams we allow ourselves to pursue. To overcome these limitations, the first step is to recognize your strengths. Try this simple exercise. List your top 5 qualities and compare them to those of successful people. You'll discover that you possess valuable assets that set you apart. This recognition will help you adjust your mindset to your true greatness and act accordingly. Never underestimate your ability to contribute meaningfully to your life and the lives of others. The language we use has a direct impact on our emotions and decisions. For example, saying "this is a problem" creates an image of difficulty, while "this is a challenge" inspires action and opportunity. Adopt positive and proactive language. Instead of saying "I'm tired," try "I'm recharging my energy." These small adjustments transform how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. Additionally, consider the impact of the language you use when talking about others. Instead of highlighting flaws, focus on their strengths and achievements. This not only strengthens your relationships, but also fosters a positive environment that drives you to think big. One key to thinking big is to visualize the future not as it is, but as it could be. Consider this example. A salesperson looking at a deteriorated property doesn't just describe its current state, but presents a clear plan for transforming it into something valuable. Similarly, visualize your life not in terms of current limitations, but future possibilities. This exercise is not only inspiring, but also motivates you to take concrete actions to reach that vision. When you imagine yourself achieving something great, you create a mental map that guides you toward success. Another fundamental aspect of thinking big is avoiding being trapped by trivialities. Always ask yourself, is this really important? This simple filter allows you to focus on what truly matters and avoid unnecessary conflicts. For instance, instead of worrying about a critical comment, consider whether that opinion really impacts your long-term goals. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture and ensure every step you take aligns with your vision. Thinking big isn't just about your own growth, it's also about inspiring others. Highlight the strengths and potential of those around you. Use encouraging words to motivate them and help them overcome their own limitations. This approach not only inspires others, but also strengthens your own convictions. For example, a leader who chooses to believe in their team's abilities and expresses that confidence can transform collective performance Finally, remember that thinking big is a daily decision. It's a commitment to a life that rejects self-imposed limitations and embraces unlimited potential. Visualize the greatest version of yourself and act like that person. Speak confidently, surround yourself with people who think big, and take actions aligned with your dreams. You'll discover that barriers that once seemed insurmountable are merely illusions. The way you think defines the way you live. That's why I invite you to adopt this transformative mindset starting today. Think big and transform your reality. Remember, your potential is as vast as you allow yourself to imagine, and every positive thought is a step toward an extraordinary life. Expand your mind. How to think and dream creatively. After reflecting on the importance of thinking big, we now take another step toward a powerful mindset, learning to think and dream creatively. This process is the bridge that connects our ambitions with innovative solutions, transforming barriers into opportunities. Creative thinking is often associated with fields like science, art, or literature. However, this skill is not reserved for certain professions or extraordinary people. Creative thinking is accessible to everyone, and its application can transform every aspect of our lives. Imagine a low-income family devising a plan to send their child to a prestigious university, or a neighborhood turning the most neglected lot into the most beautiful spot on the street. These are everyday examples of creative thinking. It's not about reinventing the wheel, but about finding new and improved ways to do things. Now let's explore how you can develop your creativity and apply it to achieve your goals. The first step to thinking creatively is believing that what you desire is achievable. Our mind is a powerful tool that acts based on what we believe is possible. When we think something is impossible, our mind shuts down and searches for reasons to justify that belief. But if we believe something can be done, our mind activates to find solutions. Consider this question. Do you think we could eliminate the need for prisons in the next 30 years? At first, most people would answer no. The reasons might include human nature or rising crime rates. But when invited to imagine a world without prisons, ideas such as investing in education, fighting poverty, or using advanced technologies to prevent crimes emerge. This exercise shows that belief in a possibility opens the doors to creative solutions. The young person who wants a better job but believes they cannot finish their studies faces a mental block. However, if they choose to believe it's possible, they will start identifying opportunities such as scholarships, flexible schedules, or family support that they hadn't considered before. Believing something is possible is the catalyst for creative thinking. Traditional thinking can be an obstacle to creativity. Often, we follow routines and patterns because that's how things have always been done. But this approach limits our ability to innovate. Consider how significant advances have come from challenging established norms, aviation, space exploration, or even simple changes in work schedules. To unleash your creativity, become open to new ideas. Eliminate phrases like "that will never work" or "that's not how it's done." Instead, experiment. Take a different route to work, try a new restaurant, or learn about a field unrelated to yours. These actions broaden your perspective and stimulate your mind to generate new solutions. Creative thinking thrives when we ask powerful questions. Instead of asking, "Can I do it?" ask, "How can I do it better?" This simple variation shifts your focus from doubt to action. For example, a successful entrepreneur doesn't settle for their current achievements. They constantly ask how they can improve their customers' experiences, optimize processes, or expand their market. Make this a daily practice. Spend a few minutes every morning reflecting, "What can I do today to improve my performance?" The answers to these questions are seeds of creativity that, when cultivated, yield surprising results. The best ideas often emerge when we interact with others. Asking questions and actively listening are fundamental tools for developing creativity. An effective leader constantly seeks opinions, not for easy answers, but to inspire new perspectives. Join groups inside and outside your professional field. Interacting with people from different backgrounds stimulates creative thinking by exposing your mind to new viewpoints. As a successful entrepreneur once said, "A mind that feeds only on its own thoughts soon grows weak." Ideas are fleeting. If we don't record them, we lose them. Always carry a notebook or use digital tools to jot down every idea that comes to mind. Once you've captured them, dedicate time to them. Reflect on how they can become practical solutions. Read, research, and connect them with other ideas. Great innovations arise from combining concepts. A real estate agent attending a talk on urban predictions had an inspiration to transform a farm into a cluster of small estates. Within months, they executed the plan and achieved significant financial success. This demonstrates that ideas, when worked on and developed, can lead to extraordinary results. Our capacity to do more is greater than we believe. When we take on new challenges, we discover ways to increase our efficiency. A bank employee who took on a colleague's responsibilities found that they could manage more tasks simply by reorganizing their time and delegating intelligently. This extra effort led to a promotion and greater opportunities. Make "how can I do more" a constant question. You will find ways to optimize your routines, delegate minor tasks, and focus on what truly matters. Remember, the key to success isn't working more, but working better. Thinking and dreaming creatively is not a one-time act, but a way of life. It's the daily decision to challenge what's established, seek new ways of doing things, and stay open to possibilities. Believe it's possible, challenge norms, ask powerful questions, listen intentionally, capture your ideas, and expand your capacities. By doing so, you will discover that creativity is the engine that drives change and innovation. Your potential is limitless. Think creatively and create an extraordinary reality. You are what you think. Transformation begins in your mind. The way we think about ourselves defines our reality. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to effortlessly attract respect and admiration, while others struggle to gain even the most basic attention? The key lies not only in what they do, but in what they think about themselves. Your internal perception reflects how others perceive you. Imagine a salesperson greeting one customer with enthusiasm and respect while barely acknowledging another, or an employee diligently following the orders of one boss while barely responding to another. Why does this happen? Because people react to the image we project, and that image is largely shaped by how we think about ourselves. Powerful thinking begins with a simple internal shift. If you see yourself as competent, worthy, and important, you will act accordingly, and others will perceive it. Conversely, if you see yourself as inferior or irrelevant, that perception will seep into your behavior and be evident to those around you. It's not about pretending or creating a facade, but cultivating a genuine self-perception that reflects your true potential. Your appearance is a tangible reflection of how much you value yourself. Dressing well is not superficial. It's a tool to reinforce your confidence and project your best self. Think about it. How do you feel when you wear clothes that fit well and reflect your personality? You automatically walk with more confidence, speak more clearly, and face challenges with greater determination. It's not about spending large sums of money, but investing in quality pieces that make you feel good. The key is to buy less, but buy better. A polished appearance not only speaks to your self-respect, but also communicates to others that you are someone worth listening to and respecting. Your appearance is your first impression to the world, and that impression can open or close doors. The way you perceive your work also defines how others see it. If you believe what you do is important, you'll radiate enthusiasm and commitment, inspiring others to value your contributions. For example, imagine two people doing the same job. One simply fulfills the basics, while the other sees their work as part of a larger purpose. The difference in attitude affects not only their performance but also the opportunities that come their way. Talking to yourself positively is not arrogance. It's a powerful strategy to boost your confidence. Many great leaders and successful professionals practice this technique. Before facing a challenge, take a moment to remind yourself of your strengths and capabilities. This simple act can shift your mindset and prepare you to tackle any situation with greater determination. If you have people under your charge, remember that your attitude toward your work will reflect on them. Leaders who demonstrate enthusiasm, commitment, and respect for their responsibilities inspire their teams to do the same. On the other hand, a negative or disinterested attitude can quickly spread and harm collective performance. Imitation is a powerful learning tool, not just for children, but for adults as well. If you want your team to be efficient, committed, and creative, start by modeling that behavior in your own performance. By doing so, you'll not only improve the work environment, but also gain the respect and admiration of those around you. A powerful technique to build your confidence is to create a personal commercial. Write a list of your best qualities and read it aloud every day. For example, I am capable, I am confident, I have the skills needed to overcome any challenge. Repeating these affirmations with conviction can help you internalize a deeper sense of self-worth and purpose. Think about how major brands constantly promote themselves through advertising. In the same way, you need to remind yourself daily of your value and potential. This simple habit can be the driving force behind your personal and professional growth. To achieve great things, you must develop the habit of thinking the way important people think. Constantly ask yourself, how would a successful person approach this situation? This simple exercise can help you make more strategic decisions and act with greater confidence. By emulating the attitudes and behaviors of those you admire, you'll start to develop the qualities needed to achieve your own goals. Essentially, you are what you think. If you think big, you act big, and the results you achieve will align with that mindset. Remember that transformation begins from within. Cultivate positive thoughts, value your work, improve your appearance, and practice self-praise. These small changes can make a significant difference in your life. Success is not an accident, it is the direct result of a powerful mindset. Make your thinking your greatest ally, and you'll discover there are no limits to what you can achieve. Manage your environment. The path to success begins here. Our environment shapes the way we think, act, and ultimately, the results we achieve in life. If you take a moment to reflect, you might notice that many of your beliefs, attitudes, and habits originate from the people and situations around you. Imagine how different you might be if you had grown up in a completely different environment. The food you'd prefer, the goals you'd pursue, and the decisions you'd make would likely be different. This happens because, to a large extent, we are products of our environment. The environment you develop in is like nourishment for your mind. Just as the body depends on a nutritious diet to stay strong and healthy, your mind also needs a rich and positive mental diet to thrive. What you allow into your consciousness directly affects the way you think, which in turn influences how you perceive the world and how others perceive you. From an early age, our aspirations tend to be high. We want to achieve great things, conquer the unknown, and make meaningful contributions. However, as we grow older, we are bombarded with negative influences that tell us our dreams are impossible, that we need money or connections to succeed, or that we simply don't have what it takes to make it. These limiting beliefs often hold us back and make us settle for less than we are capable of achieving. To overcome these barriers, it's essential to carefully manage your environment. If you spend time with people who constantly think small or focus on life's negatives, those attitudes will inevitably rub off on you. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with ambitious people with a positive mindset can elevate your thinking and help you achieve your highest goals. Managing your environment also means being selective about your sources of information and advice. Seeking guidance from successful and experienced people can make a significant difference in how you approach challenges. Those who have achieved success are often willing to share their knowledge and help you grow. However, it's also important to avoid freelance advisors who, while well-intentioned, may lack the perspective necessary to provide sound advice. Another crucial aspect is identifying and eliminating the mental poisons in your life, such as gossip and negative conversations. These activities not only waste time, but also distort your perception of people and situations, creating tension and distrust. Instead, cultivate constructive conversations that inspire and motivate you to be better. Likewise, it's important to adopt a first-class approach to everything you do. This doesn't mean spending beyond your means, but investing in quality and surrounding yourself with things and experiences that elevate you. Quality not only enhances your immediate experience, but also reinforces your self-esteem and projects an image of success and confidence to others. Finally, remember that change begins from within. Managing your environment isn't just about modifying external influences, but also about adjusting your mindset to reflect your goals and aspirations. Surround yourself with people, ideas, and experiences that nurture your greatness, and you'll see your actions and results align with the vision you have for your life. On the journey to success, don't underestimate the power of a positive environment. Every choice you make about whom to listen to, what to read, and whom to spend time with brings you closer to or further from your dreams. Make your environment your greatest ally, and watch how everything else begins to fall into place. Cultivate attitudes that drive your success. When we think about success, we often focus on skills, knowledge, and connections. However, there is something deeper, more subtle, but absolutely transformative: our attitudes. Attitudes not only reflect our thinking, but also hold the key to connecting with others, inspiring trust and achieving extraordinary results. Today, I want to talk to you about how to cultivate attitudes that not only lead to success, but also make you a role model for those around you. Think about this. Attitudes communicate without words. Just as you can read a friend's emotions by observing their facial expressions, others perceive what you think and feel through your gestures, tone of voice, and energy. This ability to transmit and pick up on attitudes is inherent to all of us. Here's the most exciting part. By adjusting your attitude, you also adjust how others perceive you, and consequently, the opportunities that come your way. Imagine walking into an office. A receptionist answers the phone with a good morning that conveys enthusiasm, professionalism, and friendliness. Instantly, you sense a positive atmosphere in that place. Conversely, if the same phrase is delivered monotonously and disinterestedly, your impression changes dramatically. This small interaction illustrates how attitudes affect not only those who project them, but also those who receive them. So how can we ensure we cultivate attitudes that propel us forward? The first attitude I want to highlight is enthusiasm. Enthusiasm not only transforms how you do things, but also how others react to you. An enthusiastic salesperson doesn't just inform about a product, they share their passion for what they offer. An enthusiastic teacher doesn't just teach, they spark curiosity and a desire to learn in their students. Enthusiasm is a magnetic force that attracts opportunities and people into your life. But how do you develop it if you don't naturally feel enthusiastic? The key is to dig deeper. When something doesn't interest you, it's likely because you don't know enough about it. Research, learn, and get more involved. The more you know about something, the more connected you'll feel, and the easier it will be to become enthusiastic. For example, if a work project seems boring, take the time to understand its impact, its details, and how it relates to larger goals. You'll find it begins to take on meaning and value for you. Enthusiasm also builds through concrete actions. Raise the energy in everything you do. A genuine smile, a firm handshake, or a heartfelt thank you are simple gestures that convey vitality and commitment. When you act as though you're enthusiastic, you'll soon notice that you truly are. Another powerful attitude is valuing others. Everyone you meet has a deep desire to feel important, to know that their existence and efforts matter. When you recognize this and reflect it in your interactions, you create a positive impact that strengthens your relationships. Something as simple as remembering someone's name and using it in conversation can make a big difference. A sincere "great job" or "thank you for your effort" can inspire someone to give their best. Remember, making others feel important doesn't just benefit them, it also benefits you. When you make others feel valued, they tend to respond with loyalty, support, and positive energy. This virtuous cycle positions you as a natural leader and reinforces your own sense of self-worth. Finally, I want to talk about the attitude of service. We live in a world where many people focus first on what they can get. But great success comes to those who prioritize service. When you focus on helping, solving problems, and adding value, money and recognition naturally follow. This is true in any field, whether in business, personal relationships, or long-term goals. Think about the last time someone exceeded your expectations. Perhaps a server who not only brought your food, but ensured your experience was memorable. Or a colleague who offered to help with a challenging task without being asked. These small acts of service not only stand out, but also build trust and lasting relationships. Adopting a service-oriented attitude is planting seeds that will eventually bear fruit. To incorporate this attitude, ask yourself each day, what can I do today to give more than is expected of me? These don't have to be grand gestures. Sometimes something as simple as offering help, sharing an idea, or dedicating quality time to someone can make a big difference. By integrating these attitudes, enthusiasm, valuing others, and service, you'll transform the way you live and work. These attitudes will not only make you more effective and successful, but also happier. Because when you give your best and make others feel good, the world responds in kind. Reflect on this. Every interaction you have, every word you say, every gesture you make is an opportunity to demonstrate your attitudes. Choose to show them with enthusiasm, respect, and a focus on service. When your attitudes become your allies, there are no limits to what you can achieve. The key to success: thinking right about people. When we talk about success, one fundamental principle emerges clearly. The support of others is indispensable. Every goal we aspire to achieve, every dream we want to realize, depends on how we relate to those around us. Today I invite you to reflect on how thinking rightly about people can open doors and lay the foundation for lasting success. Picture a common scene during important meetings, discussions about who will be promoted or who will take on a new role. The first things that come up in these conversations are not technical or academic merits, but the person's ability to get along with others, to inspire respect and trust. This reveals something crucial. The likability factor carries more weight in our path to success than we often imagine. So, how do we achieve this? How do we become people others want to support and elevate? The answer is simple yet powerful: by adopting the right attitude toward people. Thinking well of others not only improves our relationships, but also transforms us internally, making us more approachable, more human, and more effective in what we do. Thinking rightly about people begins with something as basic as remembering names. A person's name is, to them, the sweetest and most significant sound. By remembering it, we show genuine interest and create a bridge to connection. But it's not just about names, it's about how we make people feel in our presence. A kind gesture, a word of encouragement, or simply listening attentively can have an immense impact. Success is not built in isolation. In this era more than ever, we need cooperation and support from others. No matter how brilliant you are in your field, if you cannot relate well to others, you'll find yourself limited. That's why every interaction counts. Every moment with another person is an opportunity to plant a seed of trust and respect. Let me share a powerful principle. Make those around you feel important. It doesn't matter whether you're speaking to the company director or the janitor. Every human being longs to feel that their existence matters. This principle not only creates deep connections, but also builds loyalty and collaboration. Of course, this doesn't mean we must seek to please everyone all the time. It's about authenticity and respect. It's about recognizing that while people have flaws and differences, they also possess admirable qualities. If we focus our minds on the positive instead of the negative, we'll discover a world full of possibilities. Think about your daily life. What kind of thoughts predominate when you interact with others? Do you find yourself judging quickly, or do you seek to understand their perspectives? This is where the idea of tuning into the positive channel comes into play. It's easy to fall into the habit of criticizing or focusing on what we dislike. However, when we consciously make an effort to find the good in others, we not only improve our relationships, but also grow as individuals. Let me illustrate this with a brief story. A successful salesperson confessed that his secret wasn't being the most technically skilled, but genuinely liking the people he worked with. Before every meeting, he spent time finding reasons to admire his client, and that small shift in perspective completely transformed the interaction. The result? Stronger relationships and extraordinary outcomes. Finally, I want to leave you with a powerful idea. Success multiplies when we invest in others. Every word of encouragement, every gesture of recognition, and every effort to understand are investments that yield immeasurable returns, not just in terms of professional success, but also in the quality of our lives. I invite you to reflect and commit to thinking rightly about people. Make this a daily practice. You'll see how little by little doors open, relationships flourish, and your path to success becomes clearer and more rewarding. Let action become a habit. Imagine for a moment two people with similar skills, identical opportunities, and comparable talents. Yet one of them advances, achieves goals, and builds a life full of accomplishments, while the other remains stuck, postponing their dreams. What makes the difference? The answer is simple: action. Today we'll explore how consistent and decisive action is the key to transforming ideas into realities and overcoming the obstacles that hinder our progress. In every area of life, the ability to act separates dreamers from achievers. Great leaders, entrepreneurs, and visionaries have made it clear that ideas alone are not enough. The best ideas in the world have no value if they aren't carried out. The great John Wanamaker once said, "Nothing is accomplished simply by thinking about it," and how right he was. Every building we admire, every technological innovation, and every personal achievement is the result of an idea backed by decisive action. When we observe successful people, we find a clear pattern. They act. They don't wait for perfect conditions or let fear paralyze them. On the other hand, those who procrastinate, the so-called passivists, live in a constant later, waiting for external changes before starting. But the truth is, perfect conditions will never come. Perfection is a myth that keeps us from moving forward. Take the example of a young couple dreaming of owning a home. Many would say, "Let's wait until we have more savings," or "Maybe next year will be a better time." But those who achieve their goal don't wait. They find creative solutions. Perhaps they negotiate a loan, adjust their budget, or work extra hours. In the end, they take action and accomplish what others only dream of. This also applies in the professional realm. A successful salesperson doesn't just think about improving their techniques. They take action, learn from their mistakes, and improve along the way. An idea, no matter how brilliant, is worthless if it's not put into practice. The key is to start, even with small steps. As the saying goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Action is also the best antidote to fear. When we fear something, inaction only feeds that fear, causing it to grow until it paralyzes us. However, when we decide to act, that fear begins to fade. An actor with stage fright overcomes it by stepping onto the stage. A salesperson afraid of rejection improves with each call. Acting, even imperfectly, strengthens us and builds confidence. Of course, acting doesn't mean ignoring risks or leaping without reflection. It's about planning, but also understanding that we can't predict everything. Problems will arise, but every obstacle is an opportunity to learn and grow. The true test of success isn't avoiding problems, but facing them with determination and creativity. Another key aspect of action is time management. Many people spend more time preparing than acting. They organize, plan, and wait for the perfect moment, but never take the first step. If we want results, we must focus less on preparation and more on doing. A famous writer confessed that her biggest secret was simply sitting down to write, even when she didn't feel inspired. By moving the pen, ideas began to flow. Action also creates a positive domino effect. Every small achievement motivates us to reach the next. A simple step can transform our perspective and open doors we didn't even know existed. Thus, success is built one step at a time, with consistency and determination. Finally, let's remember that action impacts not only our lives but also the lives of those around us. A leader who takes action inspires their team. A friend who takes the first step toward reconciliation transforms a relationship. Every positive action has the power to create meaningful change. Reflect. What dream have you been postponing? What small step can you take today to move closer to that goal? Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Start now, take action, and discover the transformative power of doing. Turning defeats into victories. Reflecting on the nature of defeat and its impact on our lives, it's evident that success or failure doesn't hinge on external circumstances, but rather on our attitude toward the challenges and setbacks we face. This universal truth connects people from all walks of life, those who dwell in the shadows of failure and those who rise to the heights of their aspirations. Today we'll delve into how to transform life's blows into opportunities for growth, progress, and triumph. Defeat is an inevitable experience, but it's not a final destination. Imagine three individuals facing similar difficulties. One stays on the ground, another barely crawls forward, and a third rises, learns from their mistakes, and moves ahead with determination. The difference between them doesn't lie in the magnitude of their challenges, but in the response they choose to give. Take the example of Mr. Success. This individual not only gets back up after falling, but transforms their defeats into valuable lessons that propel them forward. While others cling to resentment or resignation, he chooses to view each setback as a learning opportunity. This mindset is the cornerstone of personal and professional growth. Great achievers in any field understand that setbacks contain the seeds of future success. Just as aviation accident investigators meticulously reconstruct events to prevent future disasters, we must analyze our defeats to identify their causes and adjust our course. This practice not only minimizes the likelihood of repeating mistakes, but also strengthens our ability to adapt to new situations. For instance, a salesperson who loses a significant deal might sit down with their team to analyze why the sale didn't close. This exercise isn't about assigning blame, but finding solutions and strategies for improvement. Similarly, a sports coach reviews failed plays to better prepare their team for the next game. Each setback thus becomes a stepping stone toward success. While persistence is essential for achieving our goals, clinging to the same approach without results can lead to stagnation. Thomas Edison, known for inventing the light bulb, conducted thousands of experiments before succeeding. What set him apart was his willingness to experiment with new materials and methods. His persistence wasn't blind, it was paired with creativity and flexibility. In our own lives, we must ask ourselves, are we trying to overcome a challenge using the same techniques that have previously failed? If the answer is yes, it's time to explore new paths. Just as oil companies drill in different locations to find valuable resources, we too must experiment with various strategies until we find the one that leads us to success. Being our own constructive critic can be one of the most challenging yet rewarding tasks. Acknowledging our weaknesses doesn't mean accepting defeat, it means identifying areas where we can grow. Blaming others or luck for our failures is an easy but unproductive way out. Instead of spending energy on justifications, we should focus on improvement. Constructive self-criticism is the bridge between our goals and our daily actions. How we interpret our experiences defines our future. Believing a problem is insurmountable makes it an unbreakable obstacle. Conversely, trusting that there is a solution opens the door to new possibilities. This optimistic and problem-solving mindset is common among those who overcome great adversities. Consider the example of a young man who lost his job. Rather than succumbing to frustration, he chose to see this loss as an opportunity to find a job he was truly passionate about. This shift in perspective not only led him to a better position, but also strengthened his self-confidence. Every experience, no matter how difficult it seems, has a silver lining if we know where to look. Circumstances do not define our success. Similarly, we all face situations that challenge our resilience. The key lies in focusing on what we can learn and how we can move forward, rather than dwelling on what we've lost. Sometimes the best thing we can do is step back from a problem to see it with fresh eyes. The most successful leaders and professionals recognize the importance of pausing, reflecting, and returning to work with a renewed perspective. This not only boosts creativity, but also helps us make better decisions. For instance, an engineer facing a complex challenge found solutions while tending to their garden. This act of disconnection allowed them to approach their work with renewed energy and mental clarity. Turning defeat into victory isn't an act of magic, but a process requiring commitment, adaptation, and a positive mindset. Every step we take toward success is marked by how we choose to face our defeats. With the right attitude, every stumble becomes another rung on the ladder to our goals. The transformative power of goals. Imagine for a moment being in the middle of a vast desert without a map, without a guiding star. How would you find your way? Goals are that map, that star, which guide us and give us a clear purpose in life. Without them, we wander aimlessly, wasting time and, more importantly, missing opportunities to grow and reach our potential. Today, I want to talk to you about the transformative power of goals, not just as a theoretical concept, but as a practical tool that can change your life. Because let's be honest, no one stumbles upon success by accident. Progress in any area of life begins with a clear vision of where we want to go. Goals are not mere wishes or vague dreams. A real goal is a dream in action. It's that firm declaration that says, "This is what I want, and this is what I will do to achieve it." Great achievements, from scientific breakthroughs to stories of personal triumph, began with a clear goal. The same can be true for you. Visualize yourself in three main areas: work, home, and social life. Ask yourself, what level of income do I want to have? What kind of life do I want to build for my family? What impact do I want to have on my community? These questions will not only give you direction, but also motivate you to take action. Imagine a young man who sought career advice. When asked what he wanted to achieve, he couldn't provide a clear answer. This is common but also problematic. It's like going to an airport and asking for a ticket without specifying the destination. Before acting, we need to know where we want to go. In the pursuit of our goals, we often encounter moments of doubt or seemingly insurmountable obstacles. What distinguishes those who achieve their dreams from those who don't is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to reinvent themselves in the face of them. Changing strategies, observing situations from a new angle, or taking time to reflect can mean the difference between giving up and moving forward with renewed vigor. As we work toward goals that truly inspire us, something extraordinary happens. The energy we gain not only helps us overcome challenges, but also motivates us to give our best. Now, reflect. What are your goals? What steps can you take today to move closer to them? Remember, it's not just about dreaming, it's about acting, about turning those dreams into realities. Because in the end, what defines our life isn't circumstances, but the decisions we make. Let goals be your map, your guide. Use each day as an opportunity to move forward. And remember, no matter how distant your dreams may seem, the first step always begins now. Throughout this work, we have explored how thinking big has the power to transform our lives. This approach not only redefines our goals, but also reshapes how we engage with the opportunities around us. We've seen that success begins with believing in our abilities, creating an environment that inspires growth, and gaining clarity to set goals that guide us toward the future we desire. Self-confidence, consistent action, and determination are the pillars that uphold any significant achievement. When we start thinking big, we don't just expand our possibilities, we also inspire those around us to do the same. The environment we choose to be in and the actions we decide to take become the tools that turn dreams into realities. Every small step matters on this path to a meaningful and fulfilling life. If this message has resonated with you, I invite you to become an active part of this community. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video so that more people can discover these teachings, and activate the notification bell to be among the first to receive our updates. I want to extend a special thanks to our star supporters, whose contributions provide the motivation to continue creating quality content to share freely with all of you. Thanks to their support, this space continues to grow and bring inspiration to more people. Remember, true change begins with a single thought. Think big, act big, and live big. See you next time.